Hi everyone, this is Salvi coming to you with some VTuber news today. I do try to get you as much as I can, and of course I do hope I earn a subscription, and I do hope I earn a follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And of course be sure to do that before the video ends, and I do hope that you enjoy the things that I have for you. Usada Pekora is of course a member of Hololive JP's third generation fantasy, along with, of course, Pekora, Flare, well, Pekora is Pekora, of course, used to be Russia, Flare, Noel, and Marin. So they are a group, but right now, Pekora got herself into a bit of hot water. At least people tried to get her into a bit of hot water, and they tried to screw her over in the worst way possible. So what did they do? Let's see what happened. Japanese Vtuber is mad at Pekora because she bought some Pokemon Emerald cartridges to look for Mew, and one of the cartridges might have been hacked for an event item. Even though it is seller's fault, they're mad on Nintendo's behalf, saying it is illegal and she must apologize and she must pay for what she's done. This transgression, this horrible transgression of buying something and not being responsible for what someone else has done to it. That is the thing that I have here. And that is what annoys me. The Nintendo fanboys, like, I'm talking about fanboys, I'm talking about extremists, they annoy the hell out of me. They're the ones that are okay with the Switch thing. I'm not going to get into that. They're the ones that are, you know, defending Daddy Nintendo. They defend Daddy Nintendo at every turn. And it says, now there's other people accusing her of ignoring one or two comments pointing this out, but they don't realize that 1, Pekora has her own moderators, and 2, she's not going to read every darn comment. She's one of the bigger VTubers in Hololive. She'll have sometimes 1,000 people commenting at once. She'll have comments moving up really, really fast. She's trying to play a game. She's trying to entertain people. She's not going to be reading your message all the time. Sincerely hate these type of viewers so much. The Nintendo D-writing, basically that is, makes the prices on the Switch 2 and games more justifiable. This shows they even mad about that too. Funny thing is, I clicked on some angry fans' Twitter who was DMing me threats and saying I was OMG, the Switch 2 is so cheap, LMAO. It's not cheap. But yeah, we're going to move on to something else they were saying. We really don't like to talk about drama much, but I will never understand the absolute pathetic state of company dick writing that is prevalent in the Japanese public. Granted, a lot of them are just VTuber haters and are using it to bash Pekora. Please try showing her some love right now. If Pekora refuses to admit that she bought a modified ROM or that the data is modified, they have no choice but to report all the evidence and the details of this to Nintendo and cover. No matter what I say on X or YouTube, they just ignore me, block me, or ignore me, I guess mute me or block me. I have no choice but to report it to a level where I can't allow them to get away with it. It's honestly funny that they think Nintendo will listen to some random Twitter account. I think she will be fine. She had suffered worse backlash before, and I doubt Nintendo would even be unprofessional enough to create a public tantrum over something like this. That is the thing. They won't do that. They won't create a public tantrum over something like this. Whether a public tantrum was needed or not, we are going to be talking about the way the cover responded to this, which they responded to it in a normal way. Nintendo recently has an agreement with Cover so that they can be basically allowed to play any Pokemon game, old, new. That's why they were going through cartridges. Kanata went through cartridges as well. Some of them did look like they were hacked as well. Other people went through cartridges, same thing. It looked like they were hacked. They didn't buy them as a hacked cartridge. It just looks like maybe there was hacking going on. Here is what Cover responded with, though. Notice regarding response to the game delivery suspected violation of guidelines. This is a simple and short one. Thank you for supporting Hololive production on a daily basis. The company has consulted with Nintendo, the distributor of the game software, for the content suspected of violating the guidelines in the distribution of a recently distributed game. So basically, since they have this agreement with Nintendo, they decided, hey, we're going to be proactive and ask Nintendo about this. They've been discussing the response, though. From Nintendo, the continuation of the release of the video may be misleading, so please make it private. In the future, avoid implementation of video projects that are at risk of violating the guidelines. They want to inform the talent of belonging to the member again in the necessity of compliance with the guidelines they have received a request about. So basically, it's a slap on the wrist. They're not saying, you know, you should chastise this talent. They're not saying we're not going to let you play our games anymore. They're saying, just make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. That's basically all they said. make it private because it is a modified cartridge, and it could make people think that it's easy to grab or whatever. They just want it to be privated. They didn't want it. They didn't hit it hit them with a copyright strike. Sorry for my weird mumbling. They could have hit them with a copyright strike. They could have hit them with harder penalties, but they just said, "Thank you for informing us. Make it private." In addition to privatization of the video, strive to improve the measures, such as in development of the planning implementation flow, enlightenment, and guidance of the fitting talent. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause to our fans and related parties. We will continue to pay full attention to the content so that everyone can enjoy the contents with peace of mind in the future. So we ask for your continued support of Hololive production. Please refrain from contacting the talent or related parties regarding this matter. So stop reporting it to Nintendo. Stop reporting it to them. It's done. It's done. And here's the thing. It wasn't done on purpose. It is a live stream. They wanted to go through it with their live stream because they wanted the genuine first reaction of Pekora. That's why she did it. It's not because she knew she had a modified cartridge. She didn't. She only found out as she was searching stuff. So it is not in any way her doing it intentionally, but she did get in trouble for it. She did get a slap on the wrist. She did get that. So it is unfortunate that this is happening, but when you have a large company like Cover, you have to kind of be a little bit more responsible, be a little bit more of that type of stuff happening, and you are going to get hit with these types of things in the future. This is a little bit about rosemi, a little meme about rosemi. I will never elaborate because I had no idea what I just said. I resonate with this all the time. That is the permanent fixture of my life when it comes to streaming, when it comes to anything like that. I never elaborate because I'm very much a from Dory. I'm freaking Dory from Finding Dory, from Finding Nemo. I'm that. It's what did I just say? 10 seconds ago. I have had that happen so many times that I'm just so much like that, and I can resonate with this a lot, which is why I put this out there. Offkai has been putting out many new people who are going to be showing up there. Special guest IME. You have Shindigs, who's also a big part of the community. Fumi, AFK in space, gardening, and Shindig is going to be doing, been cooking so much cereal, we can only say 3 words right now. Big things coming, and you see what's cooking there, updates on that kind of stuff. And Offkai, of course, is the Offkai Expo with a lot of things. As you can see, these are the people that they've been announcing. Of course, other things that they've been announcing as well. Syntheon, you have Yumi the Witch, you have Kanashibari, you have Alias Anano, Dr. Nova E, Umi Kyoku, Lamalicious, other people that I mentioned, just giving you an idea of who's going to be out there. And of course, Offkai is a big one that's done on the San Jose Convention Center every year. This year, it's Gen 4. It's 20th to the 22nd. Yes, I do have to mention the elephant in the room. Offkai has had a bit of stuff because I believe before they really supported Nijisanji. Doesn't look like any Nijisanji VTubers are going to be here this year. So I think they've cut ties. I think they mentioned that last year that they were cutting ties, and they actually officially did cut ties, at least for the near future. Who knows? They could possibly come back up when people forget. They could be waiting for people to forget, but people like myself won't let them forget that Nijisanji is not a good company. Although the VTubers in it are amazing VTubers themselves. They do amazing things. They are great creators. Yes, but the agency itself, being supported by money and stuff like that, makes it easier for them to mistreat their talents, in my opinion. So I do not support that part. But yes, if you see anybody that you're interested in and you want to go support them, let them know. And of course, go and buy badges, because it looks like the badges are available now. Kagemiya Ciel, which is a part of Appland, as can be seen here. It's an idol project in Japan. It's an idol project company in Japan. They are a part of there, and they are their second generation 16-year-old high school sister aiming to be an idol. At least that is the lore. A lot of these people are over the age of 18 because of laws in their areas. So she is, quote unquote 16 there. So here we go. They are going to be doing an ASMR relay. It is with a lot of people here. As you can see here, a lot of different members. They are, of course, let me just show you the visuals for it. This is the ASMR relay with, it's going to be 7, including her. This is, I believe, for an anniversary. I think it's the 1st year anniversary of everything. And these are the times that it's going to be. from 9 p.m. JST is what I'm assuming, all the way to midnight of JST time, Japanese Standard Time. This is the first ASMR relay. We have some amazing guests who will be playing the role of various sisters to soothe you. Please look forward to it. Of course, this seems to be possibly on YouTube. If it is possibly on YouTube, then they are either going to get demonetized eventually or something else is going to happen. Hopefully not. My hope is that they hopefully don't have that issue. But as we've seen before in the VTuber community, if you've been any part of the VTuber community recently, or you've looked at any of my videos or any other videos that are out there, the biggest issue with YouTube right now is ASMR is getting people demonetized. It's getting people content strikes, which is, community guideline strikes, that type of thing. It's getting them hit pretty darn hard to the point where it's scary to do that there. And also on Twitch, it's seen as adult content, so you can get hit on Twitch as well. It is becoming a very, very dangerous thing to do it. But having said that, I absolutely hope that this is a humongous success for each and every one of them. I absolutely hope that this goes very well and that it doesn't happen, because I do not want that happening to anybody. I do not want them getting hit with any kind of content strikes or anything that will sour the mood of the moment. And here's a little bit of Aki for you, just so you can see what's going on and how, how wonderful she is.
になるもので、そのことをね考えてしまうと、もう何度も心ねズタボロに、バッキバキにね正直なってきました。だけどこの VTuber として配信をしていく中で、なんだろうな、自分自身をこうさらけ出していく部分とか、日常をなんか毎日一緒に過ごすような、配信してこう一緒に過ごしていって、義務感とか仕事みたいな形で続けていたらきっとアキロゼは心折れてもう。
So basically there she's saying that she does things because she wants to. She does things because she is wants to be a part of this whole thing, wants to be with her fans, wants to talk to her fans and all that kind of stuff. She has a lot of, like I said, a lot of positive points, a lot of good points. I do want to hopefully get her to that 1 million. I know people will. I know she will. She's, I think, something like 13K away. She's going to get there by the end of this year. But because she's not as wild as a lot of the other VTubers in, either Hololive or other agencies, a lot of times the more soft-spoken ones don't get noticed as much as the ones who are a little bit crazier, a little bit wilder, because, they draw the crowds. That's what happens. It's just human nature. You're more drawn to high energy and stuff like that. But Aki has done really well with things like Arc. She got really popular with Arc. She did some things with Rust, I think, or at the very least, VCR GTA. She was in there as well. So she's been doing some things here and there. Rust is what she's really, really known for, though. So I know you've probably seen her at some point if you know about, not Rust, I mean Arc. Arc is what she's known for. And if you've known about Arc, if you've seen Arc and played Arc, then you know about Aki Rosenthal. I do hope she gets to that 1 million mark, though, because she does deserve it. Polka is a creator that has a lot of ideas, a lot of creative things that they want to do, a lot of it. So, I do want to go over everything that they are saying. This is a continuation of other things that I've posted about Polka, about other Hololive VTubers, saying things about the agency and what they want to happen and all these other things. So this is her talking a little bit more about her past and things like that. So it says, but then again, in the virtual world, you can totally just go indie if you want. And when I thought, maybe I'll just go indie, my friend told me, but being an idol is something you can only do now, right? And joining Hololive is also a now or never chance. Because it was about the whole, staying in Hololive, being indie, whatever it is. And she says, you're exactly right. And that's what pushed me to apply for Hololive. So that was what made her want to be in Hololive, the idol part. Some people really enjoy that. There's been a lot of criticism of, Hololive being in the idol thing. They've been in the idol thing since the beginning. Yago said in the beginning he wants to create an AKB48, but for VTubers. Their Hololive idol project is a thing that happened early on, if you don't know. That's a now defunct channel that they made called Hololive Idol Project. You can look it up. It's on YouTube. It's something that they had before where it was just pure idol stuff, pure songs. Now they're moving into more a variety of things. It's a more talent agency now. It's not so much just idol VTubers. It's a talent agency where the talents have, of course, idol stuff that they can really do if they want, and a lot of them really want to. But also, you know, you can do other things if you want. At least that's what it seems like. Let's continue. Oh, right. That's how it all started. I joined to take down Nijisanji. That's my #1 catchphrase. So she actually joined to take down Nijisanji. Polka gonna become an idol and defeat Nijisanji. I had that puzzling goal in mind. Looking back now, I'm like, why did he even think that? How do you... And then someone asked the question, how do you feel about that now? I'd very much like to get along with Nijisanji, of course, because as a larger VTuber, you have to not close any doors. You have to be open to, you know, collabing with anybody who's willing to collab with you, especially large agencies like Nijisanji, because if you cut them off as a large VTuber, you are cutting off a possible source of fans, a possible source of new viewers. As much as people dislike Nijisanji, I dislike Nijisanji's the agency, the management, the VTubers. I won't support, unfortunately, because, you know, it's supporting the agency, but I'm kind of, you know, not here nor there about that. I like very much to get along with Nijisanji. At the time, I thought Nijisanji's vibe would match mine better, judging from their audition, but you can't exactly become an idol there. Back then, everybody was pushing that idol image hard. As an idol, a VTuber, if I want to make life out of it, first Polka had to decide, join a company or go indie. Honestly, I couldn't picture myself in Hololive at all. Plus, I also couldn't see idol Omaru Polka being a thing. Basically, she didn't think she could ever be an idol. So that's why I chose this path. Yeah, it's way more fun when you can't picture it, right? You chose to be an idol and not a comedian? I don't think Nijisanji is a comedy agency, and I don't think Hololive is strictly setting itself as an idol agency these days either. But back then, it definitely had strong idol vibes. Like I said, Hololive Idol Project was a thing. It's amazing in a virtual world. You can become an idol anytime, but it's rare to find a place that goes all in on the idol concept like that, and I really admired it. I wanted to get as far away as possible from the place I could easily imagine myself in, and apply to the one that felt the farthest from that. So then I slapped on that catchphrase by myself. I'm gonna take Nijisanji down. I don't know. Maybe that's why my mindset about idol or not an idol feels kind of scattered now. But Polka did get to be an idol, and I really feel glad I joined. This kind of chance, it probably only comes around once in a lifetime. That's why I'm so happy to get to be here and doing my activities. There's a kind of security in it too. You can always be an indie VTuber anytime. But if you're gonna live in the virtual world, you'd want to at least try entering one of the big names. Something close and within reach. I really admired it. I've never been good at a group's life, so I admired all of that more. So she says she's never been part of groups, so she admired being part of one even more. This place was the farthest thing from Polka's own image, and when I finally looked back on everything, I remembered. Yeah, Polka has always been like an idol. I'm not saying one is better than the other, or anything like that, it's just simply very fun. And then at the bottom, the one that I'm blocking, I apologize for blocking that part, it says, thank you very much. That is her whole spiel about being in Hololive and being an idol, and originally wanted to take it down to Nijisanji. I really like putting these out there, because this is her own words, her own things, and of course, if you don't believe me, here is the actual clip. I'm not going to play it, of course, because it's a 14-minute clip, and I've already gone too long with this section, but if you want to see it, it's from Jinya Zero, Jinys 0, and Zero, and it is this one. Hololive. Polka talks about Yago Tea Party and her decisions to join Hololive. That is all what this is all about, and that will show you everything that I said here, but in her own words, in her own voice. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, languages, everything in between. The reason I do this is to make it a more positive space, a place where we can help each other out, build each other up, instead of tearing each other down with competition and that type of thing. I do hope that you enjoy this. I do this because I do want to change it from, negativity that happens sometimes in news and make it into a positive thing. Today we're talking about KaiisuneVT, who is a cyber kitsune who loves playing games with you. So here we go. Let's take a look. This is their recent thing they did.
I will check my settings to make sure nothing's fucked up.
Nope, there you go. Too late. Too late, it happened. And here we go. KaiisuneVT is a she, her VTuber, of course. And this is their YouTube side. And of course, I will put that in the description down below. And thank you so very much, KaiisuneVT, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.